Manufactured exclusively in Great Britain, at SBD's state-of-the-art facility, these new 7mm powerlifting knee sleeves have been designed for competitive powerlifters that need the maximum possible support from their sleeves. An innovative new high-grade neoprene offers enhanced second skin compression that molds to the joint all the way through the range of motion. No gapping during flexion means that the knee joint is supported consistently all the way through the lift, helping lifters maintain form and bar speed as they approach maximal attempts. Heavyweight linings, edging and seams, and abrasion-resistant outers that are designed to withstand even the most aggressive fitting make the 7mm knee sleeve the most robust sleeves in SBD's product portfolio. Engineered in Great Britain to SBD's exacting standards, each sleeve is carefully scrutinized by a team of highly trained quality control personnel and comes as standard with SBD's antimicrobial technology and
Powerlifting is a sport comprised of 3 lifts: the squat, bench press and the deadlift. Each lifter has 3 attempts at each lift and 1 minute to complete each attempt. The 3 referees each give a white light in case of a good lift and a red light in case of a no lift. The athletes are separated by their weight class, age category and gender. The biggest total in a respective category will win. The first movement of the competition is the squat. Once the athlete unracks the bar, stands upright with the knees locked and the bar firmly placed on their back, the head referee gives a squat command. The lifter then bends their knees and lowers their body until the hip joint is lower than the top surface of the knees. The lifter then comes back up, locking the hips and knees in order to complete the lift. The head referee will then give the rack command and the athlete must then place the bar back on the squat rack. There are 3 main technical mistakes that would give an athlete a no lift. Firstly, if the athlete is not standing erect with the knees and hips locked at the beginning and at the end of the lift. Secondly, the lifter will get a no lift if the proper competition depth is not reached at the bottom of the movement. That is, if the hip joint is higher than the top of the knee joint. Third, if the athlete does not complete the lift in one swift upward movement, meaning if the bar goes up and down before finishing the lift, this will also be considered a no lift. The bench press is a second movement performed in a powerlifting competition. Whilst lying down on the bench, an athlete creates the following points of contact with the bench: the head, the shoulders and the glutes. An arch is authorized which allows for a stronger position for many, as long as those points of contact with the bench continue to be met. The lifter can grip the bar at any width as long as it does not exceed the maximum width, which is index finger on the rings of the bar. Once the lifter has established their position on the bench, the bar is unracked, either by the lifter themselves or with the aid of a lift-off from a spotter. The lifter's feet must lay flat on the ground during the lift. Once the referees observe that the lifter has their head and glutes in contact with the bench and the feet flat on the floor, the head referee will give the start command. The lifter then lowers the bar to the chest. The lower underside of both of the elbow joints must be level or below the top surface of the shoulder joints. The bar must remain motionless on the chest, at which point the referee will give a press command. The lifter will press the bar off their chest until complete extension of the elbow has been achieved. The head referee will give the rack command, at which point the lift will be complete. There are 4 main reasons why a lifter may fail a bench press despite the completion of the lift. Firstly, if the lifter's elbows are not fully extended at the beginning or end of the movement. If on the descent the elbows are not below the top of the shoulder joint, this is also considered a no lift. The third reason for failure is if the lifter is unable to meet all points of contact with the bench, that is, the head, glutes and shoulders. Finally, the lift must be completed in one upward movement without any downward motion. The deadlift is the final movement of a powerlifting competition.
So welcome back to session 2 of your 2025 British Bench Press Championships. Up first we have Caroline opening with 42.5 kilos. We're just waiting on the stream, so I will keep you updated. And here is the score sheet, and we should have the stream just following. It's a nice press from Caroline on her opener. Moves well. 3 white lights.
Next up is Victoria with 50 kilos on the bar.
So we have 2 flights in this second session. First one of which being 18 lifters, and I think the second flight is around the same. So Victoria coming out to 50 kilos for her first attempt here.
Very, very smooth opener. That's 3 white lights.
A good start to the day for Victoria.
Next up is Rachel with 60 kilos on the bar.
Really nice opener there from Rachel. 3 white lights. Starting off nice and comfortably. So following Rachel, we have Claire also taking 60 kilos for her opener.
This is matching her PB on bench.
A very nice place to start your day.
Nice and smooth, matching her PB. 3 white lights, good lift.
So the bar now moves up to 65 kilos for Kate, followed by Shannon. 2 lifters taking this weight.
She takes that opener with relative ease. 3 white lights and a good lift. Now we have Shannon once again with the same weight as Kate.
So Shannon opening 5 kilos below her personal best here. A nice place to be to put an extra few kilos on that PB today. And she definitely looks strong enough to do that. A lovely note. Just a red from the centre ref there, which potentially is most likely for elbow depth, as she doesn't have a belt on. So it will be for elbow depth. Jury doesn't seem to be doing anything though, so that one will stand. Going up 2.5 kilos to 67.5 here for Malia. One of the many juniors we have competing in this flight. About half of the flight here in the 69s is junior lifters today. But we are spreading from junior all the way up to M3 in this weight class.
Very smooth opener, 2.5 kilos over a PB.
Really nice opener there, moving nice and fast. Always want to start your day with something nice and comfortable that you know you can do in your sleep. Just build that confidence off of the opener. So coming out next we have Maureen, obviously representing Scotland, rocking that Scottish SBD singlet that they have so kindly started producing for the home nations now as well. Maureen getting this one for the Commonwealth Championships at the end of last year. A nice opener from her there. Moving smoothly, looking to push that throughout the next two attempts.
So 75 kg for an opener, matching her bench PB.
Really confident opener here, matching the bench PB. Assuming training has gone very nicely for her since her previous competition. And that is a bit more work than you would want an opener to be, getting a red light from one side with blue, so I'm assuming it's downward movement on that potentially, or soft elbows. Out next we have Dell rocking that Wales singlet, again provided for the home nations by SPD now, and I will be biased and say it is my favourite.
It is a very nice looking singlet. $75 on the bar.
Really nice opener there from Dell. Currently has the Welsh record of 77.5 in bench only and 80 in the full power for the M1 class. So looking to try and extend those today.
Next up is Lauren with 77.5 for an opener.
So Lauren here potentially looking to be in the fight for that junior podium today, with 6 of our junior 69s all opening within 7.5 kilos of each other. And a really confident opener from her there, moving lovely.
Next up we have Sasha with 80 kilos on the bar. Another one of the juniors competing today in the under 69s. And this is breaking her PB by 10 kg.
This is a massive opener compared to her PB.
And she smokes that as well. So training must have been going very well.
Definitely going to be involved in that battle for the junior podium today. Moving on to 82.5 kilos now for our next two openers. Jodie followed by Vicky. Ramsey just sprinting on there to tell Ritwan to do something. Probably just getting in the way. So Jodie coming out now for that 82.5 kilo opener. Just taking her time to set up and make sure everything is exactly how she likes it. Opening 2.5 over her current comp PB.
Strong opener.
Nice and confident there, yeah. Just a red from the center ref, most likely for elbow depth. So Vicky now following for the same weight of 82.5.
Matching comp PB on this one.
Got a fair few lifters in this flight opening above or at their comp PBs, which is really nice to see. Always good when people are making consistent progress.
Very strong. 3 white lights and a good lift.
Rocking a much older version of the SBD singlet there as well. The old black one. I can't even remember what year that release is from. But definitely
Nice
at
singlet.
least 5-6 years ago. So Molly now coming out to 85 kilos. The first of two lifters to do so. The last two junior lifters to take their openers, both at 85. Again, just 2.5 kilos below her comp PB, so opening in a really strong position here. Nice and smooth with the press. 3 white lights. Starting her off well. So the last of our junior lifters in this flight, Aisha, coming out to 85 kilos as well. Lily has some previous international experience rocking the GBSBD top today. And 85 is a lovely opener for her, moving really nicely with 3 white lights. So moving into our final 3 openers now. Starting with Jade, coming out to 90 kilos.
Nice and strong opener there. That is 2-1.
Just a yellow from the center ref. I'm trying to see if I can find out what that one was for. potentially maybe commands or just a slight loss of position. Either way, the jury don't look like they're overturning it. So Isabel now coming out to 95 kilos for her opener. A PB of 101.5, which I believe may be East Mid's record. And 95 moving really nicely for an opener.
Next up, we have 110 kilos on the bar.
Now, Leo looks like our favourite here today, opening 15 kilos ahead of the rest of the field. So, unless Isabel takes some massive jumps, I would expect her to probably win on her opener. Representing Wales today as well as her region. So another win on the Welsh home soil here if she hits what she needs to. And 110 moved really nicely for her there. Just a red from one of our side refs, which will be on elbow depth. So through all of our opening attempts there, everyone getting on the board, which is exactly what you want to see from openers. So Caroline making a 2.5 kilo jump to 45 on her second. Moving really nicely there. Just a yellow from one of our sides. Again, potentially commands or the loss of elected start position there. So something such as butt lift or the heels coming up.
Next up is Victoria with 55 on the bar. Bit of a sticking point on that one, but regardless, oh, no lift, 2 reds, 1 white, 2 yellows from the center and the side ref.
So we'll just have a quick look, see if we can see what that's for. So I couldn't see anything from the ref. Potentially a jump of the wrap command there. Just looks like she maybe tried to move a little bit early on that one. I'm sure she'll have the strength to come back for it on her second, third attempt even. However, moving on, Claire making a 2.5 kilo jump here from 60 to 62.5. This will put 2.5 kilos on her comp PB on her second.
Onto the neck. That's it. Squeeze in. Squeeze in. There we go. Onto the lats.
A really nice second attempt from Claire there. Adding 2.5 to her comp PB. Looking like there's definitely more in the tank for her. So next up we have Rachel coming out to 65 kilos. Now the M2 bench only record here is 92.5 by Beverly Rogers, who has actually now gone down a weight class and broke the 63 record earlier today. by 5 kilos. So she now holds bench records in 2 weight classes. Rachel here looking to take 2.5 under her comp PB. Moving pretty nicely there. 3 white lights, potentially going to load 70 for her third to try and add another 2.5 to that PB. So Kate taking 70 for her second attempt. Matching her comp PB here, which is a good thing to do on your second. Puts you in a really nice position to PB for your third.
Strong second.
3 white lights, moved nice and comfortably for her. I think I just saw her handler there, mouth 72, so potentially a 2.5 kilo jump coming from her there to just push that PB up a little bit further. So Shannon now making the same 5 kilo jump as Kate, taking 70 to match the comp PB on her second. Just a red from the center ref, the same as her first attempt, both on elbow depth from that center ref. And it's hard to see on our replay, the safety does get in the way of the elbow. Somalia making a 5 kilo jump to her second hit. 72.5. This will already put 7.5 kilos on her comp PB. Looking to potentially push that by 10 to 12 kilos today. And she definitely looks capable of it. Really nice looking second attempt there from Alia. So coming out next, we have Maureen making a 7.5 kilo jump up to 77.5. Just 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Very strong second attempt.
And 3 white lights there for Maureen. A nice second from her. We'll see how far she decides to push on her third attempt. Maybe try and add that 2.5 to her comp PB. Ari coming out next. A 2.5 kilo jump from her. Looking to just chip that comp PB by 2.5 that she matched on her opener. Unfortunately, it's just a bit heavy for her today. She'll have another go at it on her third attempt.
Next up is Delith with a 5 kilo jump from her opener up to 80 kg.
So this will match Dell's full power Welsh record and break her bench only Welsh record by 2.5 kilos. Dell also competed at the British Equipped bench only in January. Doing really well there.
Very, very strong.
Really nice
second.
press there from Dell. Little celebration coming up after her second there. Getting a lot of support from the home crowd today. So now we add 2.5 kilos to the bar, moving on to Lauren for the 6 juniors we have coming into podium contention here. Still all separated by that 7.5 kilo gap, so it is really anyone's game for that junior podium today. And her 5 kilo jump there looking like a good decision, moving nicely. We'll see where she ends up for her third.
Next up we have Sasha with another 5 kilo jump from her opener. This is 85 kilos going onto the bar now. Judging by her opener, this should move quite smoothly. Very strong second attempt, and that is
really nice.
3 white lights and a good lift.
So potentially she will just be looking to load what she needs to maybe get on that podium today. She's got plenty more in the tank. Watching that second attempt there.
Next up is 87.5 for Jody.
Unfortunately, just not there for Jody today. Which is a real shame. She'll have another go at it on her third attempt. So hopefully she can make a little bit of a change and come out and press that one again. Moving forward to Vicky now. Also taking 87.5 kilos here.
Yet another 5 kilo jump.
Moving nicely there. 3 white lights did start to slow down ever so slightly, but you do expect that with a second attempt. We'll see what she decides to put on for her third. There's highly likely to be lot numbers and body weights coming into play with this junior podium today in the 69s. So it will be very interesting to see what attempt selections are made and if any changes are put in by the coaches. So Molly now taking 90 kilos for her second attempt. 2.5 kilos over her current personal best. Really just taking her time to drive herself back into position, making sure she's set up exactly how she'd like to be. Unfortunately, just a bit heavy there for Molly today. She will have another attempt at that on her third. I expect to see her retake 90 and try and make a little tweak to press that one out. So the last of our juniors making their second attempts here. Aisha coming out to 90 kilos, same as Molly. So she presses this, she will be in that provisional first place in the juniors with one more bench attempt to go.
Very strong second lift, and that is 3 white lights and a good lift, and also a 5 kilo increase on her bench PB.
Yeah, that moved really, really nicely, and based off of that, I'm expecting she probably won't need to. She did weigh in a little bit lighter than a couple of the others, but I'm expecting that she's just able to outpress them today. Her second looking very, very strong there. So moving into our last 3 second attempts here, we have Jade jumping 5 kilos to 95, 2.5 kilos above her current bench PB. A lot of people in this flight able to break or match their PBs on their second attempt here today.
Fortunately not there.
Just a little heavy on that one. We'll see what she decides to do for the third. I would assume she's going to retake and try and make a little bit of a tweak. So the bar now moving up to 100 kilos for Isabel.
Kilo and a half under her current bench PB.
A really, really nice number to have on the bar for your second attempt here.
And we might be seeing her break her current bench PB, because that moved very easily for a second.
Yeah, she's going to at least have to go and try and break the bench PB, making that 2.5 kilo jump here. We'll see whether she puts on 102.5 or 105. So coming out next is Leo with 115 kilos. Just 2.5 kilos under her current bench PB of 117. So her current bench PB she set at Open Nationals last year.
Very smooth.
110 moving nicely, and That bench PB that she does have is currently the junior British record in the 69s. However, she has now aged out of the juniors and is competing only in the open today.
We're now onto our last attempt for the first flight of session 2. Caroline coming out with a 2.5 kilo jump, 47.5 for the third attempt.
That's a really good fight there from Caroline. Unlucky to not lock that one out. Taking away everything that she had on the bench today, only making that 2.5 kilo jump to her third.
Up next, we have Victoria with a 57.5 third attempt. This is adding 2.5 to her second. And matching her competition PB of 57.5.
Yeah, she unfortunately missed her second on 2-1 with yellows. So I think it was a command. She looks like she's met all the commands that time, and it's 3 white lights. Really nice to see. Can always be tough when you miss a second to jump another 2.5 kilos and come out for it. So she's done very, very well there.
Up next, we have Claire with a 2.5 jump to 65 kilos for a third attempt.
They're looking to add another 2.5 kilos to that PB that she hit on her second attempt. Just push it up ever so slightly.
Strong, confident seller. Drive into the vents. That's it. On the lads.
And unfortunately, she does not have it in her today, but still a 2.5 PB on the bench.
Nice show of sportsmanship from her there as well, going around shaking the ref's hands before heading off the platform, which is always really, really nice to see. Everyone reffing today, spotting and loading, running the table, everyone is volunteers, so gives up a lot of their own time for this.
It is nice to see lifters respecting that.
Yeah, it's always nice to see lifters appreciating it. So Rachel now making another 5 kilo jump, looking to put 2.5 on her PB here.
Fortunately, she doesn't seem to have it.
No, unfortunately just not there today, which is it's a real shame, but it's always nice to give it a go. So Kate now coming out to 72.5, the first of 2 lifters to take this weight for their third attempt here today.
It's going to be adding 2.5 kilos to her previous bench PB. Strong fight, but unfortunately no lift.
It was a really nice fight off of the chest, just unfortunately couldn't take it through to the lockout. Still looks pretty happy with herself as she comes off of the platform. So now Shannon following with the same weight, also looking to try and add that 2.5 kilos to her bench PB today. Now she has got 2-1 whites on both of her first and second attempt, and I can just see a couple of the jury members coming round towards the centre ref, as they were both for bench depth. So we will see what the call is on this one.
Very strong push.
Strong enough, and she racks it. And again, unfortunately, 2-1 on bench depth that time, which is a real shame. And I do think the jury are going to agree with that decision there. So unfortunately, just coming away with the 70 kilos that she hit on her second attempt, matching her PB. She's definitely strong enough to BV that bench. She just needs to sink it a tiny bit deeper just to hit elbow depth.
Up next, Malia with a 75 kilo third. This is looking to add 10 kilos on her previous PB.
Always really nice to bench that red and collar in comp for the first time, so hopefully she's able to hit it here.
Very, very strong third.
And she was definitely strong enough
lights
to hit more. Moving really, really well there. Looks very pleased with herself coming off.
I believe we might be seeing an opener or perhaps a second attempt for her next comp.
Yeah, she may as well just go and take 80 in the warm-up room right now.
Yeah.
Strong enough for it.
Very, very strong.
So Ari now coming out for 80 kilos. Missing the second attempt. It was all yellow lights. So I believe it might have been for jumping a rack command. So hopefully she can listen and wait for those here.
Fortunately not strong enough today.
It's a real shame, unfortunately coming away 1 for 3 today. Still matching her PB on her opener, which is a nice place to be regardless of the outcome of your day.
Up
So
next is Marine with 82.5. Just looking to break her PB by 2.5 kilos. Good fight off the chest, but unfortunately did not make it.
yeah, good attempt there from Maureen. Always nice to at least attempt to break that PB on a national platform. So our next is Dell. Her bar is loaded. She is looking fired up.
It's to break the record.
Yeah, to push the bench records for Wales in the M169 up to that 82.5. She's already broke the bench only one today and matched the full power, so hopefully pushing them both to 82.5.
Nice sign in the crowd.
Her nephew in the audience. And that is one hell of a fight from Dell, but just not there today.
Very, very close.
Auntie Dell coming off the platform. Pretty proud of herself still. That 82.5 just getting away from her today. Still winning the M169 class here today though, Dell.
Next we have Jody retaking the 87.5 bench. Still hoping to add that 7.5 to previous PB.
Come on, Jody. Come on, Jody, you have this.
So again, a couple of the jury members just coming around towards that centre ref, as she did miss her opener, or not miss her opener, sorry, she went 2-1 on her opener with a bench depth call from the centre ref. Unfortunately, just missing that second on strength. We'll see how she goes this time. Hopefully she's able to lock out this 87.5 here.
Go, Jody.
Strong fight, but unfortunately did not have the strength. It is a shame to see, but
So Laura now following with the same weight, 87.5 kilos here.
hoping to add 2.5 kilos to her bench PB.
This will provisionally put her on that Junior 69 podium today. Now Lauren weighing in at just 63.9 kilos as well, so just above the next weight class down. Unfortunately, just a little too much for her today. Nonetheless, a good fight there.
Up next is Molly Winter retaking her 90 kilo.
Now, Molly missed this. I believe it was on strength. Hopefully, she's able to make a little tweak and manage to press this one out. So sometimes if people miss on strength, it could look like that, but it may just be that they got something a little wrong technically and just need to readjust a little bit. The bench press being a very technical movement. So if Molly is able to press this, that will provisionally put her into second in the Junior 69s today.
And a very good fight, and that is three white lights and a good lift.
Great attempt there from Molly. It's always really hard to come out after missing something and retake it. But she's done very, very well there, putting herself in a really nice position here.
Up next we have Sasha with a 5 kilo jump, and this would, if she gets this adds 20 kilos to her previous bench PB. And a very smooth third, 2-1.
Just a yellow from the centre there, I believe. I just saw them say it was on the rack command. But it doesn't look like the jury are going to overturn it.
Very, very strong push regardless. Next we have Vicky with a 2.5 kilo jump into a 90 kilo third. Would add 7.5 kilos to her previous PB.
If Vicky is able to press this, that will provisionally put her into first place in the Junior 69s, forcing Aisha to hit her third.
So that little bit of added pressure if she does hit this. very nice third.
And she's done really, really well. That moved lovely. I'm going to assume that the 2.5 kilo jump there to 90 was a tactical decision by the coach to put pressure on. That is all she needed to secure provisional first. She's guaranteed second.
Next
So
up,
Ayesha now coming out to 92.5.
at 7.5 to her PB and possibly make it to first place in the junior 69s, if I'm correct.
So yes, if she manages to press this, that will give her first place in the junior 69s. Beating them on 2.5 kilos, with second and third being on 90.
And it seems like she's secured that place. Very strong push for a third.
A really nice bench there. So Ayesha there rounding out her day 3 for 3, winning the junior 69 class. Vicky coming in second, followed by Molly in third there. 3 more lifters to go now in this flight, all in the open class.
Next we have Jade coming out onto the bench, retaking her 95 and hoping to put 2.5 kilos on her previous bench PB.
So the same as Molly here, hoping it was just something a little bit technical on that second attempt, and she can adjust for her third and press it here.
If she gets this, this will put her in third for the... Put her third for... oh yeah, sorry. It would keep her at third for the opens. Very strong third.
A good press there. Unfortunately, just 3 reds there. 1 elbow potentially being a little bit high, and then 2 yellows as well. So that could have been for a command, or potentially some heels or the butt lifting. So Isabel now coming out to 102.5, looking to add 1 kilo to her current personal best.
Very smooth third, and that is 2 to 1.
A nice lift there, just getting a yellow from the centre, so again potentially on a command there. I think a few lifters have been jumping those slightly today.
Up next is Leo with 120 kilos for that third attempt.
This is her first year in the open age class, and this is only 5 kilos below the British Open record set by Scotland's Tasmin Campbell. Tasmin is also an M1 lifter, so she holds that record as well at 125 kilos. So 2 lifters at the complete opposite end of that open class, really, battling it out for the bench record. Tasmin obviously not here today. A really nice press there. 3 white lights. It definitely looks like she will be challenging Tasmin for that bench record in the future. Potentially, if she does Welsh Champs at the end of May, she might be looking to take it there.
Up next, we are starting with the flight, flight B of session 2. All of these lifters will be in the under 76 weight class.
Yeah, so our whole next flight is the 76s, as you can see on screen here, ranging from some juniors up to M2. Always nice to see a range of age classes represented, especially with the sport growing in popularity the last few years. We've had a lot more lifters come into the sport across all age classes and all weight classes. I think definitely pushed by a lot of the social media, but it's really nice to see our sport growing. So Becca coming out for 47.5 on her opener here, looking to make this nice and comfortable on her first.
Very comfortable first attempt. That is 3 white lights. Good lift. Up next we have Sophie with 57.5 as a first attempt. So this is 5 kilos under her personal best. Very, very smooth opener. And that is 3 white lights and a good lift. Up next is Emma with 62.5 as an opener. So this is matching her bench PB now. Very smooth opening. 3 white lights and a good lift.
Really quick opener there from Emma. Definitely setting herself up with a lot of room to push her second and third today.
Up next we have Erica with a 67.5 bench. This is breaking her previous PB by 2.5 kilos.
Actually just 2-1 reds there on yellow, so potentially maybe the heels coming up or a little bit of butt lift for her there. So Rebecca coming out now to 67.5, one of 2 Welsh lifters that we have in this flight. Being handled by Katie Roberts today, who won our 63 open class in session 1 this morning. A really nice opener there from Rebecca. Only 5 kilos below her comp PB. Expecting her to probably push that up a little bit today on her third attempt.
Next we have Karen with a 75 bench, just 5 kilos under her PB. a smooth opener. It's 3 white lights and a good lift.
This will be the second of our 2 Welsh lifters in this flight, coming out to 75 kilos for her opener. Really nice opener there from B. 3 white lights. Nice and comfortable one to get her on the board. Going up 2.5 kilos here to Frederica's opener at 77.5.
Very speedy opener. Next is Olivia with 82.5 on the bar.
So Liv now coming out to 82.5 here. A decent way under her personal best. I believe she may have come down a weight class recently.
Very smooth opener. Just 3 white lights and a good lift. Next we have Lincoln with 85 being loaded on the bar. 5 kilos below PB of 90 kilos. Very speedy opener.
Nice comfortable opener from her there.
Next is Emily, same way, 85 kilos on the bar. This is, again, 5 kilos below her bench PB of 90 kilos. Smooth opener. 3 white lights. Up next is Carol with 90 kilos being loaded on the bar.
So Carol being handled by James Taylor today. Someone that's pretty reliable and you would definitely like in your corner. I've had him in mine a couple of weeks ago. A lot of international experience himself, so Carol is in safe hands here. Opening just 2.5 kilos below her current bench PB. Hopefully this moves really nicely and gives her some good room to grow into the next 2 attempts.
And a very, very speedy opener.
Very quick opener there. Potentially looking to take that M1 bench record today, which is currently standing at 97.5 kilos.
Up next, Mariano with a 90-kilo opener. A fair bit below her PB of 100 kilos.
A little bit sticky in the middle there, but still moves pretty nicely overall. 3 white lights in the opener is always a good sign.
Up next, we have Amelia with a 92.5 opener.
So Amelia currently holds the M1 and the M2 76 kilo bench record at 97.5 kilos for both of those. Opening just 5 kilos under that today, so can definitely be in range to push it up a bit further, potentially taking it into the hundreds today.
This very smooth opener. And 3 white lights, good lift. Up next is Diana with a 105 opener on the bench. Matching her PB. Very smooth opener.
Yeah, really nice opener there from Diana. Moving nicely. Opening at her comp PB as well, so definitely looking to push that up more.
Up next, we have Crystal with 112.5.
So, yeah, Crystal's opener is 5 kilos under her comp max, which 117.5 also matches the junior bench record in the 76s set by Alice Francis Freeman in 2021, near the back end of that year. So it has stood for a good few years now. Ooh.
Oh!
Hopefully she is okay there. She looks alright getting up off the bench.
Very scary.
And that is why we have safeties. And also spotters.
Thankfully, nothing
Thankfully
happened.
she is okay there. She looked fine getting off the bench and heading back towards her coach. I'm sure she'll come out nice and confident and retake that on her second attempt here. Can already see that they have put that in again for her second.
Next, coming up is Becca with a 2.5 jump into 50 kilos a second. Strong push. That's 3 white lights and a good lift. Moved quite smooth for a second. Next we have Sophie with another 2.5 kilo jump into 60 kilos for her second attempt. Just 2.5 kilos shy of her PB. Once again, another very smooth second. Up next, Erica with retaking her 67.5 second.
So it was 2 yellows on the first one for her. I believe just jumping one of the commands. So just needs to stay patient and listen out for those on her second attempt here. She's definitely got the strength to press this.
Strong press.
Made sure to wait for that rack command this time, and she is more than fine. 67.5 kilos on the board for her. We'll see what she puts in for her third, potentially making a little bit of a bigger jump than planned after that 67.5, just to try and catch up for the missed opener.
Next we have Emma with a 67.5 second. This is breaking her PB by 5 kilos now. Very easy second. 3 white lights and a good lift. Rebecca up next with a 72.5 second, matching her comp PB.
Nice looking second attempt from her there. Matching her current Welsh record, so she is going to look to push that a little bit more on her third attempt.
Up next we have Karen with 77.5. Just 2.5 kilos shy of her current PB of 80.
Yeah, just opting to make a 2.5 kilo jump to her second attempt here.
Very reasonable jump.
Yeah, sometimes, especially with bench, you will definitely see those smaller increments taken. as we just have less total weight on the bar, so the percentage for a 2.5 kilo jump definitely will go up.
Strong push.
Yeah, 77 looking like a pretty nice second attempt there for Karen. Probably looking to match her PB on her third attempt there. So B now coming out to 80 kilos today for her second attempt here. Matching her current PB. Really comfortable second attempt there from B. Probably going to be a 2.5 to 5 kilo jump into her third attempt here. Definitely looking strong enough to press that 85 today. We'll see if she decides to load it. So bar is now loaded for Frederica, making a 7.5 kilo jump into 85 to match her comp PB.
Very, very confident and strong push for a second. That is 2 to 1.
So potentially a call of downward movement from our centre ref there. We'll just have a watch of the replay. Does seem like it might have gone down a little in the middle, but I think she potentially clipped the rack.
Up next, Olivia with a 5 kilo jump into 87.5 for a second.
Definitely a reasonable jump here from Liv. 5 kilos typically seems to be a pretty nice jump to make on bench.
Bench is one of those lifts where it's harder to make bigger jumps.
So Liv opting to sink there to probably get around the elbow depth rule. Nice little chalk smiley face drawn on the singlet as well, which is always good fun. So Lincoln coming out to 90 kilos next.
Matching comp PB.
She will be followed by Emily with the same weight. Pretty comfortable second attempt there from her, moving nice and smoothly. We'll see what she decides to put on for her third to try and add to that comp PB. So Emily now following her out with the same weight of 90 kilos, which will match her current PB.
Strong second attempt. 3 white lights and a good lift.
Yeah, moved nicely. Expecting probably again 2.5 to 5 kilo jump into the third attempt here. We typically see very similar jumps between attempts with a lot of lifters on bench, as there is just less room to be pushing those bigger jumps, especially at that top end. As you will typically start a little bit closer to your 1 rep max on bench compared to a squat or a deadlift. So Carol now coming out to 95 kilos on her second attempt. As long as this moves nicely, I expect her to try and chip that M1 British record on her third.
Very smooth second.
Definitely moved really nicely, so I would be very surprised if they don't try and break the M1 British bench press record on that third attempt. We'll see what she decides to put in. And they have put 98 kilos in, so they are looking to take that record.
Next, Mariano with a 95 kg second. So 5 kilos below her PB of 100.
Unfortunately, just not there today for her. Just a little bit sticky in the middle and unable to fight past that one.
Up next, Amelia with 97.5, 2.5 below her bench PB.
Yeah, it's 2.5 below her bench PB, but it actually matches her M2 British record set back in 2023 now. So been a couple of years since she set that one. Looking to break it on her third here today. As long as this second attempt moves nicely, I expect her to try and push that maybe above 100.
Very solid.
Yeah, and she's definitely strong enough to push that one over 100 today. We'll see what she decides to load.
Up next, we have Crystal retaking that 112.5.
Yeah, so I can see Crystal at the side of the platform there. She doesn't look deterred at all by the little mishap on her opener. She looks nice and confident walking on, so I'm sure she'll be able to set up and execute this one the way she needs to. Just discussing with our spotter there how she would like her handout.
That's better.
Fortunately, that just was a little bit too heavy for her today. She's got one more attempt to come out and take it again. Hopefully she can make any little adjustments that she needs to and manage to press that 112.5 on her third there. So Diana now coming out to same weight of 112.5, making a 7.5 kilo jump from her opener. Again, now only being 5 kilos below that junior British record here. So as long as this moves nicely, she may look to load 118 and try and chip that and take it from Alice. And that moved very well there.
I would be surprised if she doesn't load the 118 to try to take the record.
Yeah, I definitely expect her to load that. Just one red light there for elbow depth from one of the sides. But I'm having a look across at the jury, and they don't seem to be getting up and doing anything about that. So it should stand.
Now we move on to our last attempts for Flight B of Session 2.
And Diana has decided to load that 118, so that means 3 of our last 4 lifts will be British record attempts here today. Always nice to see the standards being pushed further and further every single year.
This is Becca coming out with a 52.5 third, matching her comp PB. Very strong.
Yeah, nice third there from Becca. Looks rather pleased with herself coming off the platform, as she should be. Potentially a little more in the tank there. Could have maybe looked to shoot for that 55 today if she wanted to.
Up next is Sophie with a 65 third attempt, breaking her PB by 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, so we got 15 more attempts of this second session today. A lot of these lifters looking to push their PBs or even take some records, which is always good to see.
Right off the chest, but unfortunately doesn't seem to have the strength.
Yeah, unfortunately just not there today for Sophie, but she took the shot at the PB and you can't blame her for giving it a solid go. I'm sure she'll be able to come back for that one at some point in the future.
Up next we have Emma with a 70 kg final attempt, breaking her PB by 7.5 kilos. And a very nice third.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a lovely day for Emma there. Plenty more in that third there. She probably could have pushed for 75 today if she really wanted to. But a nice little 7.5 on the PB. A very good day there.
It is always nice finishing a competition and knowing that you had more left in the tank and going, whether it's 3 for 3 for bench or 9 for 9 for a full power. Erica on the bench now, 72.5 final attempt, hoping to break her PB by 7.5 kilos. It's a good fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not there for Erica today. Unfortunately, going 1 for 3, but still walking away with a comp PB, so she can be proud of that one.
Up next is Rebecca with a 75 final attempt.
So Rebecca here looking to put another 2.5 kilos on her PB and the Welsh M2 record today. And she holds a clean sweep in all of those Welsh M2 records as well. So a nice dominant lifter in that weight class there. Just being told to re-rack there. I believe her elbows may have been a little bit soft. She still has plenty of time to get the start command.
Good effort.
Yeah, unfortunately just a little bit too much for her there today. Still coming away and matching the bench PB today. Just having a little word with the ref about maybe why she would have had to re-rack to start with. It's always good to ask the refs what any lights you got for or any of the calls that were made so that you can use those and learn from them and progress and benefit in the future. So Karen now making another 2.5 kilo jump, coming out to 80 kilos, looking to match her current PB.
And a very strong fight. That is 3 white lights and a good lift. Next up is B with a 82.5 third attempt, jumping up 2.5 kilos from her second.
Yeah, so B looking to just put that extra 2.5 kilos onto her comp PB today. We have had an attempt change going as well for Olivia Price, who will be coming out after B. Really nice fight there from B. And she gets that extra 2.5 on her PB. So I'm assuming what has happened here with Olivia is I believe they had 92.5 in originally. And as she has the lower lot number than Frederica, all she needs to do, well, she has to come out to take 90 beforehand, and she has the lighter body weight. So if Olivia presses this, then Frederica will need to go up 2.5 kilos if she wants to beat her and take that second place off of Olivia for the Open.
Very good attempt, and that is
Lovely bench there from Liv. A really, really smart attempt selection there from her and her coach as well. Dropping that extra 2.5 was probably the right call just in terms of what she could press today. And it puts her in a really, really strong position for placing second. Especially as Frederica has not made a change here, so also benching 90. Leaving Liv in that second place position in the Open today.
Very nice third attempt. That is 3 white lights and a good lift.
Yeah, nice attempt there. Moved really, really well for her. She looks very pleased coming off the platform, and you can't blame her at all for that one. So Lincoln just looking to add 2.5 kilos to her bench PB here today.
Very strong fight.
Really good fight there. 3 white lights on that one as well. A brilliant third attempt there from Lincoln.
Up next, we have Emily with 92.5 kilos.
Yeah, so Emily coming out here to 92.5, just looking to push that bench PB up a little bit. She's already got 3rd place in the Junior 76s secured, so just looking to push her personal best by that extra 2.5.
Good fight, and that is 2-1. Red
Yeah,
coming
nice
from
bench
the
there.
side ref.
So yeah, just potentially a red on elbow depth there. So Mariana coming out next for 95 kilos. So quite an important lift for her. Currently having 90 kilos on the board, meaning our podium in the 76 Open all have 90 kilos on the board currently. With Mariana being the heaviest of those 3, she needs to press this to win. If she is unable to, that will leave her in 3rd place on body weight, separating our whole open podium by body weight. So she's got a PB of 100. So she has been strong enough to press more than this before. And as we expected, definitely strong enough to press it today. Taking the win in the Open 76 class there. So well done to Mariana.
Up next is Carol with 98 being loaded on the bar to break the Masters 1 bench record.
Yeah, so when we're breaking a record, we can load anything in increments of 0.5 kilos. Any other attempt has to be loaded in an increment of 2.5. So anytime you don't see an increment of 2.5 on the bar, you know that it is some sort of record attempt. Carol here looking to take the M1 bench record off of Amelia, who is out next. Amelia looking to push her M2 bench record to 100 after this.
Just been told to
Just being
re-rack.
asked to re-rack. So we do have 2 rings on the bar, which are 81 centimeters apart, and that is the maximum grip width allowed. The rings must be covered, which is what she was just being told by our center ref there. Gets her start command in time.
And thankfully, that re-rack did not deter her from breaking the record.
Yeah, a really clean press there from her. Nice and strong. Definitely capable of pushing that M1 record above 100 kilos in the future.
Up next is Amelia with an M2 record attempt of 100 kilos.
Yeah, so Amelia now coming out to attempt 100 kilos, just having her M1 76 record taken away from her. Looking to push that M2 record even further.
And good effort, but unfortunately no lift.
Yeah, just unfortunately a little bit too heavy for her today, just not there. but I'm confident she'll be able to come back and push that record into the hundreds in future. So next up we have Crystal coming out again to reattempt 112.5, needing to get this one on the board. So obviously, unfortunately, the little mishap on the opener, and then just couldn't lock it out on that second attempt. She's looking really locked in and fired up as she's coming out for this one here. Pressing 112. She has pressed 5 kilos more than this in the past, so is definitely capable of this. Hopefully she's able to execute the way she needs to here.
Let's go, Crystal. Come on. Nice.
Unfortunately, she does not have it.
Yeah, it's a real shame. It's always unfortunate when a lifter doesn't manage to get anything on the board, but that is sometimes the nature of the sport. I'm sure she will come back in the future and press plenty more than that. She's still a junior, so she's got a long time in this sport.
Up next, we have Diana with a junior 76 kg bench record of 118.
Yeah, so Diana looking to take the bench record here off of Alice Francis Freeman. Alice setting this back in October of 2021. So about 3.5 years ago now since this record was set. Alice has now aged out into the open, so won't be able to push this any further. So even if Diana's unable to today, she's got plenty of time to look to break it in the future.
And a very good push, and unfortunately 2 to 1.
Her coach is going to go to the jury here, I would assume. I can see him walking. I can't see him walking over at the minute, but the jury are having a look at it.
So there is a slight chance
we will just wait one moment just to see what they decide to do. From the looks of it, I don't think they are going to overturn that one. So unfortunately, it's going to stay as a no lift there. So that is the session 2 of day 1 complete. So session 3 will lift off in 1 hour and 15 minutes at 4:30. So that will be our 84 kilo and 84 plus kilo females to finish off day 1 at 4:30, and we will see you then.
Manufactured exclusively in Great Britain at SBD's state-of-the-art facility, these new 7mm powerlifting knee sleeves have been designed for competitive powerlifters that need the maximum possible support from their sleeves. An innovative new high-grade neoprene offers enhanced second skin compression that molds to the joint all the way through the range of motion. No gapping during flexion means that the knee joint is supported consistently all the way through the lift, helping lifters maintain form and bar speed as they approach maximal attempts. Heavyweight linings, edging and seams, and abrasion-resistant outers that are designed to withstand even the most aggressive fitting make the 7mm knee sleeve the most robust sleeves in SBD's product portfolio. Engineered in Great Britain to SBD's exacting standards, each sleeve is carefully scrutinized by a team of highly trained quality control personnel and comes as standard with SBD's antimicrobial technology and a 1-year warranty. Manufactured exclusively in Great Britain at SBD's state-of-the-art facility, these new 7mm powerlifting knee sleeves have been designed for competitive powerlifters that need the maximum possible support from their sleeves. An innovative new high-grade neoprene offers enhanced second skin compression that molds to the joint all the way through the range of motion. No gapping during flexion means that the knee joint is supported consistently all the way through the lift, helping lifters maintain form and bar speed as they approach maximal attempts. Heavyweight linings, edging and seams, and abrasion-resistant outers that are designed to withstand even the most aggressive fitting make the 7mm knee sleeve the most robust sleeves in SBD's product portfolio. Engineered in Great Britain to SBD's exacting standards, each sleeve is carefully scrutinized by a team of highly trained quality control personnel and comes as standard with SBD's antimicrobial technology and a 1-year warranty. Manufactured exclusively in Great Britain at SBD's state-of-the-art facility, these new 7mm powerlifting knee sleeves have been designed for competitive powerlifters that need the maximum possible support from their sleeves. An innovative new high-grade neoprene offers enhanced second skin compression that molds to the joint all the way through the range of motion. No gapping during flexion means that the knee joint is supported consistently all the way through the lift, helping lifters maintain form and bar speed as they approach maximal attempts. Heavyweight linings, edging and seams, and abrasion-resistant outers that are designed to withstand even the most aggressive fitting make the 7mm knee sleeve the most robust sleeves in SBD's product portfolio. Engineered in Great Britain to SBD's exacting standards, each sleeve is carefully scrutinized by a team of highly trained quality control personnel and comes as standard with SBD's